to Point Park University Esports. We have a Valorant matchup tonight. We take on St. John's University's Scarlet. I believe it's Scarlet Tempest. That is, I believe, the correct term. Apologies. Hello, everyone. My name is Wedge.
And I'm Brett.
And we're here tonight. It's a very different commentating matchup tonight, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Brett, it's been a hot second, big guy. Where you been?
Yeah, I've been a while for a long time. I mean, yeah, like from going from Rocket League, that was a while ago.
Yeah.
But now I am back for a Valorant game, and this is a very important game today, which I am excited for. And so yeah, I'm excited to jump right into it. But you've had more like frontline experience on this. So could you just I've been watching a little bit of the games and watching the boys out there, but on the other side of the stream. But you're seeing this firsthand. So what is going through your head right now? What do you think we're at?
So, I mean, for anybody that doesn't know right now, obviously, with Point Park, we won both games last week. We beat Clemson White and we beat the Mount Esports. With that being said, now Point Park is 2-0 in this section for this tournament. We take on St. John's as of right now. St. John's is also 2-0 at the current moment. They also defeated Clemson White. They defeated them 13-3 and 13-7. Point Park defeated Clemson 13-6 and 13-4. Both teams gave up 10 rounds to Clemson White. The difference being Point Park did play the Mount last week. Scarlet Tempest didn't play anybody. They played Albany, who did forfeit their match. They'll be the team that we play here coming up on this Sunday. But at the moment, they've only played technically one game right now. So Scarlet Tempest might be a little bit rusty. I'd like to think that maybe they'll be a little bit rusty. But nonetheless, this team has been frying. Like, that's just how it is, honestly. Yeah. They did very good against Clemson, did a very good job against the Mount, played some new maps that we haven't really seen recently. We saw the Chamber coming out again from Habibi, which was gorgeous. We haven't seen Chamber in a hot minute because Killjoy's obviously been the big sentinel now. But nonetheless, it's been a lot of just good plays from Point Park, and they've been getting very hyped with it as well. I mean, last week we had Ricky Bobby and we had Billy Bob on the stream. Now it's going to be us two, obviously, but nonetheless, they were getting hyped for him. They were playing well. They were doing the right strats. They were making the right calls, making good map rotation, everything. They were doing everything right. They have to keep playing that way. They're confident tonight. I know they're confident. Creep was feeling confident. Yoshi feeling confident. That silent confidence they always has. The boys are feeling vibey right now. It's a good sign. We like that. We like seeing the vibes come out. Just need to also stay calm, but feel good about it as well. Just try and play against this very solid St. John's team, who again is 2-0, even though with the Albany forfeit, they obviously, beat the crap out of Clemson White. So at this point, it's something where both teams are going to be like very well set off. And I wouldn't be surprised if we go to a map 3 at this point. We know that map 1 right now is currently Pearl. We're going to be on Pearl map 1, which we haven't seen, I think, since last semester whenever the Rocket League team was still playing at that point. That was the last time I think we've seen Pearl. And it's a map that we haven't really seen recently from Point Park. They've got a lot of time to practice on it. They've had a lot of time to really focus their skills, get better on that map. And right now they're going to see what they can do with it. And I don't know how good St. John's has been with it. We didn't get to see their play from that map at all. I don't know if they've had any play on this Pearl map. If they have recently, we're unaware of it. But nonetheless, it's going to be a big game here today. It's going to be big something. It's going to be something that like Point Park really needs to win this matchup, because if they do, not only does it put them top of their group stage, it also puts them in a really prime position, as they will have to take on Albany, who we haven't seen anything from, as they have forfeited all their games this year at the current moment, at least during this stage, I should say. So at this point, we don't know really anything about Albany, but if they can beat St. John's and then they can go on to Albany, and if they can win that game, that's 4 straight. That's a massive, massive jump for this team. But with that being said, we're getting ready to go in there. We're not just ready just yet. We're getting there. Teams are still filling in. As you can imagine, everybody's a little slow sometimes when it comes to getting in the lobby. They want to make sure all their stats are all, they're not stats, all their guns are all set. You know, you got to get your gun skins on. I know Creep was looking at putting on the Minima Phantom earlier, which
you gotta have it, man.
You gotta, but like he's got the Radiant Phantom, and I really love that skin. It's really gorgeous. I just got the Oni Vandal, and it's gorgeous. It's great. It's not great for my wallet. My wallet wants to kill me, but like it's such a gorgeous skin, and nonetheless, just everybody's getting themselves ready, getting prepared. Just trying to make sure server's going right. Obviously, there was a big update today as well. And just everything that's going on right now. So currently St. John's is still trying to get in, where everybody should be set for Point Park at the moment, but it's going to be a big game between these two sides. St. John's is a very competitive team. They've done a lot of good things during their game against Clemson White. They dominated. They have a lot of very, very good players, duelists that just absolutely wreck home, sentinels that are just absolutely slaying out most of the time. They find ways to top frag, as Killjoys and Sentinels, which is something that you don't really see as often nowadays. I mean, Chamber used to be the move, but nowadays not so much. So you don't really see those Sentinels really showing out as much. You really see those Duelists going, but nonetheless, it's gonna be a really good series and a really good setup here between these two sides. As now we're still getting ready to go in, so we're just kind of stalling for time at the moment. Can you tell?
I got a question for you. You kept saying that Killjoy is a threat out there. Now, what have you seen from Killjoy that might worry us today out in the playing field?
For most players that played with Killjoy, obviously Killjoy's a very, very not territory, that's not the word I'm looking for. Very ground-based kind of character. Takes up a lot of room.
Yeah.
Takes up a lot of room in the map. And that's the whole point of a Killjoy. And the whole point of Sentinels most of the time is to just kind of like center the ground of the site. Like that's your whole point most of the time.
Exactly.
Killjoy ult, always kind of a pain in the butt because it makes you have to get off site, always trying to get it away. The only way you really can destroy it is if you have like the Sova ult, which you don't always have Sova for obvious reasons. So it's always a pest at the least because it does make you get off. I think the big person, and I don't know if Gecko is allowed yet or not. Gecko, the new initiator that's been recently added into Valorant. I know I'm kind of moving away from Killjoy for a second, but Gecko, don't know if Gecko is going to be a pick here because I don't know if he's still technically allowed with him being in the newest update, but Killjoy is somebody who can play that ground area, has the mollies, very similar to how Viper has them.
Yeah.
Has her bots, has her alarm bot, which is obviously always a pain in the butt, has her turret that's always good for being able to detect enemies. She has a very well set up kit. Not overly powerful, kind of weak at times, unfortunately, but with the right players, always dominant. So the big thing for me right now as well is going to be seeing what if we do have a Gecko. I don't know if Gecko is allowed currently, but we've seen a lot of the new ops get really picked recently. We've seen a lot of Harbor coming out of Creep, which we see mostly on Split, which one of the newer players in this game. We've seen a lot of Astra out of Creep, which Astra could use a really big buff right now, in my personal opinion, but she's not going to get one just yet. That's another person where usually we see him running that Omen half the time, or we'll see him running other controllers, but mostly the two picks he's been running is Astra and Omen, and seeing him running the Astra is very interesting because at the beginning of the year, he was mostly an Omen player, and Astra, again, just not a very powerful character as we speak. Could definitely use a bit of a boost right now from the Valorant devs. Hasn't gotten that anytime soon. As we're getting ready to go into Pearl, we're ready, we're set. But nonetheless, just seeing what these players can do here today, I'm thinking Yoshi's probably going to be running along with this Raze now as we go to Pearl, a map we have not seen in, well, a hot minute now. I don't remember the results of that first time we ever played on Pearl, but it has been a hot minute.
It's a beautiful map, and I'm excited to jump right into this.
Absolutely. So here we go. Creep will be running that Harbor pick, and Clark will be running the Astra. Creep will be running the Harbor. We got Cursed on the Killjoy again. Habibi running with the Sova, and then we got, excuse me, is that a Yoshi Phoenix? Did he lock that in?
I think
what?
so.
Well, okay, this is new. So Yoshi Phoenix, okay, this is brand spanking new. I have yet to see Yoshi ever pick up a Phoenix. I have been watching this guy play just on his own time, however long here. I have never seen this man pick up the Phoenix.
Yeah, and also in these games, it's just unusual for him.
Phoenix is not exactly a character you really see at this high of a level. Phoenix hasn't been really used at a high level by any means necessary. I mean, you'll see him in your, casual lobbies by some like gold player who just wants a top frag in a casual lobby.
Exactly.
But like, either way, the odd setup here as well that I'm seeing. I know that St. John's does have two controllers, just in general, on their team, but also just they have two controllers in general tonight. They're going to be running the Viper alongside the Harbor, so interesting pickup. Just something I wasn't expecting to see here. You have the Killjoy as well. You'll have the Jet, and you also have the Skies, character that I personally very much enjoy. Definitely one of my more favored players, but nonetheless, Point Park will be on the, I believe that's the attacking side. Yes, it is the attacking side. The Point Park will be attacking to start as the St. John's Tempest, or Scarlet Tempest.
Yeah.
Excuse me, I can't English today.
And one thing I've also noticed is that our placement on the maps is just really good for like and especially in like dire situations, like when we're down a couple players, I'll see Creep hiding behind one of the doorways and then waiting for them to walk in, and then he'll just light them up. But
the little plays on the side there.
Yeah.
Now here we go, Point Park on this B side. I think the Jet already has made the call. Hey, Point Park is all over here. Now here comes St. John's. Now, Point Park's got the 4-stack over on this B-hand side. You do have Cursed kind of just sitting mid-map right now, just trying to look out for anybody that might be trying to get through a flank here. Now we have the 2 over from Scarlet Tempest on this B side. Everybody else is still kind of spread out, though, for St. John's, as here come the setup from Point Park. They're going to try and see if they can get this bomb down quick. 5v5 plant here. No real contest just yet. Here comes Creep and Curse. They find two right off the rip. Knight's going to be able to find it onto Clark. Now it's a 4v3. Point Park has the man advantage. And now there's still the two side. Curse gets taken down by Knight. Knight's got two now on the round. 3v3. As Habibi's able to find onto the Killjoy. Creep's able to find it with a Frenzy. I've seen a lot of the Frenzy out of him. It's now the Deagle shots, or excuse me, that's the revolver. I can't think of the word now for the life, man. I don't know why, but it's fine. 2v1. Point Park has the advantage, and Yoshi finds it.
Takes him out.
1-0. Point Park up to now.
That was a very great first round by Point Park. And one thing I've noticed about St. John's is that they were playing really spread out. Like I noticed that Point Park stuck together. And it worked well for them. And I guess they were figuring out what their play style was, sticking together. And yeah, they were able to take them out. It worked.
Point Park is we were talking about this with Coach earlier. St. John's has this tendency, whenever in the pistol rounds, to really just buy in and try and sit singular sight. They're not going to get the opportunity to do that here. They're not really in the funds. They're going to try and stick it out and just not really spend any cash here. As Point Park's now looking towards this mid push here, we'll see if the harbor wall is going to cause any form of mayhem onto this Viper. Do they know the Viper's there? Creep does find Sunny. Now 5v4. Here comes Yoshi with the Phoenix play. Again, something I was not expecting is here comes Yoshi again.
Another one.
3v5, Yoshi making his way onto site now, making in this push on A. The only person left on the site right now is Kenny, and he's all by himself. Is now, Creep gets caught from behind, but he's able to find the kill. Knight couldn't hit the shots. The gunplay is very different here, obviously. Point Park has the massive advantage in that 5v2. As they're going to kind of back off site here, I think.
They're playing a little bit more cautious this round, but it is not working in their favor for them. But for Point Park, they're going all for it.
Point Park is just kind of hiding away right now. Yoshi's able to peek, see if he can maybe find somebody. Oh, the taps! Smalls and Kenny find two. And then Smalls find another 2v2. Now Clark finds the kill, though. 2v1. All down to Smalls. Does have the Sheriff. Dashes away. Hops bomb, trying to see if he can bait out Clark. Clark and Curse just trying to stay patient, just trying to see if they can get him to peek. He does. Smalls make the peek.
It's a 1v1 right now. It's in a sticky situation right here.
Curse is on his own. Trying to play this right. He doesn't have time to defuse at this point. And now, yes, Curse realizes he's going to get away, but now they both go down to bomb. But nothing less. Point Park 2-0. Smalls just dancing around a little too much with Curse. He knew Curse was going to be in the right position to be able to take him out if he tried to get him bombed.
Oh boy, we're starting early today.
Oh, absolutely. It's a nice little start for Point Park. The pistol rounds has been a strength for us all year long, it feels like. And very prevalent right now. Point Park up 2-0 to start. And they're not going to really buy in on this round. Bonus round, just sticking with the Sheriffs, is now St. John's is going to spend every single credit they can find. And Void going no shields here.
And that's one thing with Point Park is from start to finish, they give it all they got. And that's that's why I love watching them play.
This Valorant team has a lot of heart this year, and it's a really big refresher to see. So here now comes Point Park. As Knight's going to find Curse right off the rip. The Vandal shots, you're not going to really miss those anytime soon. Curse tried to get the Sheriff shots onto his head, but nothing there. 5v4.
Just poking around the corners here a little bit, trying to see where everyone is on the map.
Point Park just kind of taking this default setup. This bomb is now towards mid-side, as with Clark is... Now Yoshi just all on his own here. He's got a 2v1 he's got to take on here at B, and it's going to cost him his head. Smalls find another.
That was a rough situation there, yeah. But Creep is on the other side with, looks like Cursed. Clark, yeah, with Clark.
It's going to be Clark, Cursed, and Creep are the only ones remaining now. The Wolf comes in from St. John's. Point Park just sitting in mid here, just kind of looking around as the wall comes up from Harbor. Now it's just kind of a little bit of just a slow walk through here from Point Park. Creep trying to get that wall through possibly. He's going to lay it out. Void trying to do the same thing back. He will. Now it just looks like they're going to make this push over towards the defender spawn at this point. They're going to see if they can try and find it. He will. Creep finds Knight. Now here comes the peaks. Nobody's going to walk through just yet, though. Now Point Park's got a 4v3. Down a man still, but now I think St. John's knows where they're coming from. There's going to be one behind him. Kenny finds Clark, 2v4. 13 seconds on the clock. Point Park's got to move. And Void finds Habibi. Creep does find the kill. He does find the Vandal. Can he find it onto Kenny? No, he won't. 2v1. And that in a 2-2-1, I should say. Point Park falls for their first round. It was the bonus round, though. They knew. They were sticking with the Sheriffs for a reason. They weren't trying to buy by any means necessary, just trying to keep the credits up. So they will take their first loss in the round, though, as they were able to find a couple of bodies, but not enough to really make, I think, too much damage in the eco, unfortunately.
Yeah, they were slowly making their way over to A, but then they were, looks like they were already set up, and then just waiting for the Point Park to come in, which is we were at a kind of little disadvantage there.
Creep already at 6-3 to start off the game. We do have the Creep and Yoshi ult. So we do have the Harbor ult. We will have the Phoenix ult. Not too massive ones, but nonetheless always nice to have. As here comes Point Park. They're going to make this B push again. Is now Clark a little more pushed up into mid. He's going to see if he can try and find some bodies here from St. John's. St. John's is going to try and see if they can make it over to B quickly here. Is now it's going to be a runaway here from Smalls. He knows there's bodies in the B site, and he doesn't want to get anywhere near. Knight does find Yoshi on the ult, but he's not. Obviously, the ult's going to keep him safe. And the Molly comes in. Does it land? Curse finds one, or Curse gets found out by Void. Spike does go down, though. Clark and Creep find 2. 3v4. Point Park does have the man advantage still. Now the walls just keep coming up. Just util everywhere. Kenny trying to come around the backside. He's flashed out, but here comes Phoenix with another one. Yoshi gets traded out. Trades keep coming through. 2v2. There's backing up his Point Park at this point. This Creep just trying to keep an eye on the backside. As they try and bait him out with the defuse. I can't get the English through. Can they find anything here? No, Clark's going to get the kill. They're going to see if they can maybe sit it. Creep just trying to stay alive. Can't get away with it. Smalls is able to find him. I believe that's going to be enough time for them to get bomb, and it will be indeed 1.8 2v2 on the scoreboard.
A lot went on that round. There was walls going up everywhere, smoke. It was hard to see anything that was happening.
Util was just going everywhere on B site there. Point Park was just trying to find the bodies. Unfortunately, just St. John's found the trades. I don't know what happened there before Yoshi got the kill. I wasn't able to see what happened on the minimap, but after that, just the bodies started falling. I mean, yeah, absolutely.
In that round.
But nonetheless, Point Park now tied 2-2.
But that's just the Valorant experience.
The Valorant experience at its finest. Smalls is 7-1. I mean, it's been a good game for him already. I mean, to be fair, he did die once to bomb, but nonetheless, now 2-2 the score, and oh boy, here comes the push from St. John's through A. Here's that, here we go again. This is what I mentioned earlier with Coach. They really like to just buy in on one site. They'll see if they can spend all the rounds they can. Curse gets taken down by Void. Now it's a 5v4. And now they know, hey, every single body, they're all over at A. But there are the 2 over towards this B side for St. John's. Will Point Park be able to sniff them out? Do they know? As the shots try and come through, Creep and Habibi go through with it, but just a lot of bodies end up falling.
Kenny taking down 2. Creep took down 1. But
3v1, it's all down to Habibi, who does have the Vandal.
Yeah, Habibi has a very disadvantage. Yeah, he's going to get taken out by Void. That was a yeah, lots of pressure in that round.
That was a tough bounce sort of for Point Park there. Obviously, Curse gets taken out to start. You know, that's going to be a tough bounce from there. They have the 3v2. I don't know if they were ready for what was going to be the jet on the back site, and from there, just the trades came through as the Killjoy just found the 2 kills. I wasn't sure on who that was. I believe it was onto Yoshi and Creep, who he found those kills on. Yoshi was able to get the kill onto the jet, but by then, it just did not matter, unfortunately. So, Point Park down 3-2. They've lost 3 in a row now off these pistol rounds, but again, it's a bit of a difference in play style, I feel like. Point Park still, I feel like, has a small advantage. They don't really have it in the eco, but I feel like they can definitely win these rounds still. So it's going to be a little more of a default setup from Point Park here.
I'm going to bring this back from last time I played Valorant. Well, I casted Valorant. But when we're down, it is always come back. It is always
never shocked.
Backable.
Never shocked. As now Creep trying to lay, no, I think it's Yoshi, excuse me. Yoshi trying to lay down the shots on B. He does find the 1 or 2, I think, so now he's just going to keep his place. Him and Clark over towards this B side. Creep just creeping around towards mid-map. You do have Habibi and Cursed over towards this A side, and at this point, St. John's is kind of reading this the same way. Everybody's kind of even in numbers right now. Smalls is going to try and peek. The shots come in through from Clark. He's not able to find it. Yoshi now just creeping forward, trying to take up as much ground as possible. Smalls finds his head. And now Smalls is going to try and peek Clark. Clark gets away with his life. 4v5. I think Point Park now, they're just going to see if they can try and maybe make this A-side. Knight finds Habibi, though, and now it's a 5v3. Now Point Park's going to have a tough decision to make here. Do they try and commit this A-side, or are they going to try and maybe move this around? It does look like they're going to commit this A-side now. Clark's got bomb.
Walls, but it's kind of hard to see. I mean, I noticed we're traveling in duos, which is okay, but we still having a little problem getting taken out. But more walls coming up.
Void wall just coming through as the ult comes through now as well for Point Park. Creep gets taken down by Sunny, who was just kind of chilling in mid-map, but unfortunately he wasn't ready for the bodies as Knight and Smalls go down. They find the 2 kills, and then flawless round for St. John's. And that's a tough bounce for Point Park. I mean, Yoshi just gets Smalls just kind of wide peeks Yoshi, and I can already, like, I would be tilted. I would be unbelievably tilted right now if I'm Yoshi, as, like, at this point, he just gets taken off, just gets his head taken off, honestly, and just gets wide peeked out of left field and just rip and pepperoni. That's all. Nonetheless, it's not been a bad start for Point Park. Obviously, pistol rounds, big thing. They always win. They have a tendency to always win those, it feels like. But at this point, 4 straight now. The Jet has been a big problem for Point Park right now. Smalls has been laying down the fire. He's been really dead-eye daiquiri with these shots, it feels like. He's done a very good job at keeping St. John's ahead. Always seem to be ahead in the body count now as well. I feel like they should have won that round 4. That should have been one Point Park should have came away with. They just didn't get the trades to go their proper way. I can already hear Coach yelling right now, we should have won that round. But nonetheless, down 4-2 now. Again, never chalked. Obviously never chalked. You know, Point Park is on the attacking side as well. That is a much harder, I feel like, side to roll with sometimes on Pearl, especially when it comes to the retakes. It's definitely easier for defenders to retake site, even when you give it up on this map. Personal opinion, of course, is Point Park's going to go with the save this time. And this is going to be one where they have to find at least 1 or 2 bodies here, I think, if you're Point Park. You got to at least see if you can maybe take down 1 or 2. You can't get flawless to back-to-back rounds. That's going to really cost you here. So now the 4v2 is now Point Park just making an A commit or B commit, and now the push here from St. John's. I think they're going to read this perfectly. Here comes Creep Smoke. Not Creep, excuse me, Clark, as now Smalls and Knights find them. Now it's down all of themselves. It's a BB with the AR. He's going to try and see if he can find something. Can he find anybody? He's going to try and find Smalls. He does. It's down to him. Oh, is it going to be
behind?
Can he find it? Oh, my goodness. What just happened there? Yoshi to BB. What happened? Sunny on it by himself. Here comes the flashbang from Yoshi. Yoshi's kind of all by himself at this point. He's going to see if he can get the molly heal as he kind of he throws out the walls and everything else. He picks up the Vandal off of Habibi's Bobby. Now it's a 2v1. And now just, I don't know what happened there. Just chaos occurred.
Yeah, I know. He's going to have to play this really cautiously if he wants to win this round for his team. But we're slowly going into toward a mid. And I don't know. He's trying to just play cautious right now because both of them are still in the upper mid. And
he does have
together.
The one advantage he has right now is he does have ult. He has ult, and he does still have at least 1 flashbang to his name.
And he did get some health back, which is really good, because he was looking pretty low there.
25 seconds left now on the clock. The slow walk towards
the slow pace.
The slow pace. And now I don't know if anybody from St. John's knows. Now they do. The alarm bot does go off. He does know now, unfortunately. With 13 seconds, will Yoshi try and get this bomb plant? He's going to try and get it down as quickly as possible. He's going to get it down in time before St. John's can find him.
Oh, no.
On himself, the defender Killjoy does come through, but he's just on the backside of the site. Oh, this could actually work out perfectly for Yoshi here. This could work out, maybe, just maybe. They're gonna make this. Yep, they're gonna make this peak. Yoshi trying to find him. He doesn't get the kill. The flashbang comes out. He kind of flashes himself though.
Oh,
he does find one. Oh,
the
shots from Yoshi. I think he accidentally sent that flash the wrong way, and he just gets it a little too far. Flashes himself. He does find it onto the Viper. 30 health per Killjoy. 5v2.
Wow, that was a very good attempt, though.
I mean, Kareem was stuck in essentially a 3v1 there.
Yeah.
And he was able to find it onto the one. He was able to find that. I can't think of the word now for the life, man. I don't know why.
Did you see at the beginning of that round when the smoke came up, but when it went down, both teams were just staring at each other, like 3 of them. And
Valorant timing, it's a beautiful thing.
It was just a game of whoever had the fastest reflexes at that point.
Now the buy-ins are coming in from St. John's here. We do see the op with Smalls here. They are going to kind of do a little bit of a different setup this time, though. This Viper gets picked up by the wall from Creep, as it's kind of more of a spread set again. Point Park has the 3 push here on A. You do have the 2 push coming up from mid. They're going to commit this side A, though. You do see on the minimap right now, you can see the mollies are set up on this A site. Killjoy is all by themselves. Sunny just on the backside of map. Habibi's going to send in the drone, see if he can find something. Here comes the Killjoy ult from Cursed. He's trying to find it. He does see him in the last second there. Yoshi's able to find the kill. The mollies do come down. Here comes the wall now. St. John's is going to try and find it. Here comes Clark's ult. The Astro Wall comes in. Now you have a minute left. Habibi coming in with the plant. as the flashbangs come in. Yoshi tries to find one. He does find it on the Knight. He gets the ult, goes through though. Smalls doesn't find the kill. Now Point Park has the advantage. 5v3. The shots coming from Clark. He's able to find it on the Sunny. That's massive. 5v2. Here come the smokes from Clark. Smalls is just going to be kind of chilling out in these smokes now, as they're trying to recapture point here. Point Park just trying to stay out of sight, stay out of mind, trying to keep themselves away. The smokes do come on. Here comes Jet Smokes. They're trying to bait out Point Park. The wall comes through. Void just trying to find somebody. He does find Clark, and he finds Creep through the wall. Oh my goodness. Here comes the ult from Habibi though. He's hopping on bomb. Curse is able to find it though. 3v1. They don't have time for the bomb to go up, and everybody just falls to it except for Smalls and Yoshi. So Point Park comes away with a big win there. 5v3. Just, again, chaos just going all around. Smalls holds onto the op, though.
A lot of ults going off that round, too.
Or, excuse me, I meant to say the op as well. That's what I meant to say. But nonetheless, he does have ult. Nonetheless, he does. I'm aware that I keep saying nonetheless. If I get another meme made about me, Nate, I swear I will fight somebody in this room.
I was really impressed by Yoshi's play there. He went in, got the kill, and then immediately went out. He's like, I'm out of here.
The Phoenix ult was not. I did not expect the Phoenix pick here to start off this game, and honestly, it's kind of worked out. As Point Park now trying to lay on this A side, is now there's the two from St. John's. They're gonna back up immediately. He says, "Hey, Yoshi's here. We got at least one body over here. That means there might be a lot more." So you could see Clark though making that little slow rotate over towards B, trying to make sure nobody tries to get there. Habibi sends out the drone. Can he find anybody here from St. John's? He's not going to be able to find anybody on boxes, but do they know there's anybody on site? Here comes Smalls trying to come back around to A side. As Killjoy is also trying to keep the eye over there towards that mid lane. The only person who's over towards B right now is the Viper. Now Point Park's going to try and make that rotate. I think they realize that everybody from St. John's is already over towards that A side, but Smalls is going to read this as well, as is the rest of St. John's. Most of them are going to make the rotate here.
Look, yeah, it looks like we're
now
rotating.
the rest of the rotate's coming through. Here comes the Astro Wall now. Before, it wasn't the Astro Wall didn't come through. I thought it had before. It didn't yet. Point Park's going to walk onto site here. Here comes the Viper ult. The Viper pit's going to be a massive issue here for Point Park. At this point, who is that on the backside? That's Clark. Clark is on the backside. Is he able to find anybody? Sunny does find two. He finds three. The Viper pit again. Bomb is half planted. It doesn't get down all the way, though. It's now down to Clark and Creep. Creep does find one, but Smalls finds it with the ult. Clark just trying to find anybody, any picks at all right now. This guy's just trying to make the peek. Here comes Viper, trying to make it around the wall. Finds the kill, but Smalls trades him out. 6-3. Point Park goes down.
Wow, it was that Viper that gave us a lot of trouble there. I think we need to figure out a way to counter that Viper.
Yeah, the Viper was just, the Viper's pit will always be pain, agony to deal with. It's never fun. It's never fun, and it was quite obvious there, as we could see. Is now Point Park kind of in a save situation here. Again, down 6-3. This isn't a map that we've seen really Point Park play that much this year. And I think this is kind of evidence of why a little bit here nonetheless. They haven't done really bad. It's just they haven't been able to find the they've been getting the wrong trades at times, and obviously St. John's made the right reads at points as well. So we're going to see here. I think St. John's might make a little more of an aggressive push over on that A side again. As Killjoy is going to get backed up towards mid.
It's like they adapted to our playstyle like a little bit
lot quicker than
quicker
most.
than we thought. Yeah. From the beginning of the game.
St. John's might commit a little too far here. Let's see if they can find Kenny.
Oh, he's right there.
Kenny
but he's backing up, though.
Yoshi's trying to find it. He finds the wall bang. Oh, my goodness. Yoshi. That's massive as well. He finds the Vandal. Now can he find it onto the Viper? Can he find the Viper? Tries to lay down the shots. Can't find it. Sunny's able to get the kill. Clark does get the trade, though. 4v3. Point Park has the advantage. Smalls is able to jet away after the op shot. Now Habibi coming in with the drone, trying to see if he can find any bodies here. Oh, but can he find this? Creep right just there. Doesn't find it. He doesn't peek it at the right time. Oh, that's terrible timing. Creep is all by himself at A now. Oh, my goodness. If Creep had just looked a little over to his right, if he just didn't climb out their window, he would have found them. I can already tell he's going to be looking through this footage later, and he's going to be screaming at himself. He pushes all the way up through A. Now as Point Park's going to make this rotate through defender spawn. Oh, he saw the arm. He saw the arm. He just didn't get enough of him. Are you kidding me? What is this timing? Now Creep does find it. He does find the skies eventually. Now Harbor is going to be in mid-map. You can see Smalls made it all the way over towards B. He's going to be on his own. And now Point Park's got an opportunity to try and get bombed down. They have 13 seconds. They got to find some way to get this plant down. Smalls coming in with the ult right now. Can Creep find Smalls before he makes it onto site? Now here comes the setup for Point Park as now Smalls does find it on the creep. Here comes Smalls again, trying to get on the site. Shots come through, Curse isn't able to find him.
Wow.
He walks in, Habibi does find the kill though, 1v1. Void just hops on. Can he get through the water here? Can he find him? He gets it halfway. Can he find the shots? No, Void finds Habibi. The headshot.
Wow.
I think he could see his foot through water. I don't know if he could see the foot through this bubble there from Harbor. I'm not sure if he could see it. It's just a tough bounce. Point Park with a great job, though. They were able to get off the thrifty round. They didn't get the win, obviously, but they were able to take down all but one body off of St. John's. It's a good round. It's a good, thrifty round, but they weren't able to get the thrifty. The jet all
threw us off.
Always never fun.
Oh, man. I don't think they saw that coming for a little bit. But they came in with that jet on. It just hurt us, man.
Yeah, the Smalls with the op, I don't think they were expecting such an aggressive push out of him, but he's been so aggressive this entire game, though, at the same time. The flash does come through. They're going to get a little bit of intel that Point Park is making this A push. Viper trying to get the shots through mid. They're going to just kind of trade shots blindly here as now Point Park trying to make this 3-man push to A. The Wolf comes through. I think the Molly's going to be seeing if he can get that Molly down over towards A site. It's still 2 over there. Killjoy trying to look towards mid. Habibi does find one. Does he find the other? I don't know. Yoshi's able to find it on the night. He does have Void. Void is also, I can't think of the word now for the life of me. He was hit by the bolt as now here comes Cursed. Cursed trying to find somebody. Kenny versus Cursed. It's going to be a Killjoy on Killjoy crime. Now it's a 4v4. I apologize. I can't seem to get my words out Englishly tonight. I don't know why. Englishly is also a word, you know?
It's looking like we're just colliding when both teams like aren't expecting. Like they'll turn corners and they'll be like, oh, you're there. Like, and then we just the reaction time, we got to react fast. But now they're over at the A side, looks like, but more towards mid is where Point Park's trying to lie at. But they're making their way up mid, and they're gonna find them around this corner. Yep, they're shooting at each other.
Oh, Sunny trying to see if he can find those shots. On to Creep. Creep just trying to keep an eye on back as well here with the BB. Bomb is still in the hands. Yoshi. Yoshi's able to find 2. He's able to get behind them. Oh, that's gorgeous plays. He's going to try and find the slide. Oh, Smalls finds it on Yoshi. I couldn't English there.
Yoshi with that nice double kill.
Point Park doesn't have time to plant, though. They're going to have to try and see if they can find Smalls here. Only 7 seconds left. I don't think they know if anybody else is here. Creep does find Smalls. Can he get the bomb down in time? He does. BB shots. Oh, my goodness. I thought they didn't have time to plan. He peeks it. He overextends it. Point Park takes the round, 7-4. And even, yes, just it's a nice play. Thank you, Mr. Creep. Oh, my goodness. What on earth was that? I could have swore St. John's was going to sit back and just wait. I didn't think they had time to plan.
No, but you know that was what was key for that was Yoshi. He snuck up behind both of them, and that's what got us the push that we really needed for that round because everyone was all over the map at that point, and we were sneaking around behind him, and he saw the golden opportunity and lit him up. Now let's see if we can have this kind of thinking in this round too.
Oh, Smalls is able to find it onto Yoshi. Can he get trades though? Clark does get the trade.
We're even right now.
4v4. Point Park made that A push at first. Now the Skies is going to try and chase him down. Point Park just trying to make a little look through mid maybe. Skies is still just kind of chasing though. He's going to have to see if he can try and check their back here unless Skies decides to turn tail and run back towards A, but it doesn't look like he's going to go all the way into attacker spawn.
Point Park is making their way up through mid now.
Oh, no. Here come the shots from Knight. Knight's able to find 1. Nobody turns around, though. Creep doesn't get the call. He's able to find 3. Clark gets traded out.
Ooh.
I don't know what happened there. Nobody turned around from Point Park.
Yeah, Knight with that triple kill.
Knight just makes the great play on the backside. Nobody checked behind.
Yeah, it kind of took him from surprise there.
I don't know if no call was made there from Creep or anybody, but Curse didn't turn around. Neither did Habibi. Habibi didn't look like either Cursed or Habibi turned around to even face towards Skies. I don't know what happened. I'm not sure if Creep maybe said left side that somebody had been there. Maybe he didn't realize that he got shot on the backside. I'm not sure, but nonetheless, Point Park now down 8-4. We do flip sides, though. Point Park now going on the defender side. I mean, Small, 17-5. He's just kind of had himself a game tonight. I'd say it's just a small game. Just a small game. Still a little bit okay.
The score is now 8-4. St. John's is up, and we're down 4, but it is always, indeed, my friend, comebackable.
They should have just led B9-3. They should have lost a round intentionally.
Put that on a t-shirt. I already did.
Now Point Park, and it looks to just be a full push here from St. John's onward towards that B side. You do have the 2 bodies from Point Park. It's going to be down to Habibi and Yoshi. Habibi does find Smalls through the Astra smokes. Sends out the shock darts, trying to see if he can find Knight on those boxes. Yoshi trying to lay down the shots. Knight does find it. Habibi does trade him out, though, through the Viper wall. Sunny's able to find it on a Clark, though, 3v3.
Still looking good here. But
lots of Kenny finds Creep the share of shots. He's able to make it all the way into the attacker spawn. They're going to see if maybe they can make this A rotate, but I don't think Cursed realizes Kenny's right behind him. Kenny goes on the outside, though. Oh, this might work out for Point Park's advantage. Cursed goes on the inside route of A, and Kenny goes on the outside. Hey, BB now is going to meet up with Cursed here. I think they realize this is going to be an A-side push. Does Cursed find it, though? Cursed trying to get the kill on the Kenny. Kenny get the shots off. The wall comes through. Void trying to get the plant down.
Back and forth here.
3v2. 30 seconds up. Now they get the bomb down. The sonar dart comes in. Point Park at least knows that there's a couple bodies near sight. Now, Point Park just has to try and find a way back onto site. Now, everybody in this lobby, nobody has full health right now. I'll tell you that much. BB does take some damage. He hops into smoke, tries to see if he can maybe bait somebody. Decay comes through the molly from Killjoy. Now they're just trying to see if they can find somebody. He's going to try and lay out the Sharks. Void tries to find somebody. Void gets the shots through the smoke as well. 9-4. St. John's continues to extend their lead. Curse just trying to sit on that bomb plant, can't get it down.
Yeah, like you said, there was no one that had full health in that last couple
not a soul.
couple minutes of that round. Trying to we were just both teams poking out, taking some damage, backing off, taking some damage, backing off. But yeah, just trying to make some picks. I guess we had a little trouble there. St. John did have a little bit of advantage on that one, but we're going into the next round. I'm going in hopeful.
Point Park is down here, though, in the numbers. And here it comes again. St. John's going to make this full commitment to B, even with they just full buy, full commitment B. No regrets here at all. Yoshi trying to find the shots. He can't find it on the Sunny, though. Sunny just running guns with the Spectre. So now he's going to be all down to Habibi by himself on site. He gets some shots laid down into the Viper, but now the wall comes up. The smokes come in. Now Void's going to lay down the plant. 5v4, St. John's the advantage. Doesn't get the plant down just in time, though, yet. He's going to try again with it.
The plant was successful. Yeah. So, yeah, the spike is now down. And it looks like a huge confrontation up in B. Walls going up, shots being fired. Knight gets a kill. 2 kills.
Gets the shots on the Habibi and Clark. And now Curse goes down to Kenny as well. 5v1. Creep all by himself. Can he find anybody here over towards this A side, or is he maybe going to just try and sit it out? I'm not sure. Yeah, I think at this point he realizes he's going to try and stay put. Smalls is going to try and chow him, though, with the Vandal.
He's going to have to do some...
He's going to make this wide peek here on the Creep. Creep trying to make the shots. He's going to get peeked here as well from Knight. He does find it on the Knight. Smalls gets the trade, though. 10-4. St. John's still holds the lead. I have a feeling St. John's might have made this map pick. Maybe that's just me. It might have happened. I think St. John's might have made this map pick. It was definitely that. Yes, I am getting a confirmation that it was 100% on St. John's pick here to go to Pearl, and I can tell here.
Nonetheless, Point Park is still holding their own. They're doing a great job out there.
They've done at least. They've been able to keep up for the most part. I mean, obviously, down 10-4.
Doing the best that they can. They aren't giving up. They're fighting with all they have. And that's what we love to see. That's what we come here for.
Yeah. Is now almost full A commit here from St. John's. Point Park will semi-read this, though. The only person who isn't over towards that A side is Habibi. Now he's going to back off, as they know now this more mid-A push here from St. John's, seeing if maybe they can find a body. Point Park with this almost full buy again here, as now the shots just keep coming through the harbor wall. Nobody can seem to find anything. Now, walls coming up, util coming in. Now, just looks like St. John's is trying to play they're playing a little passive here to this A site. They want to see if they can maybe get that A push, but I think they're looking for a pick. They're trying to see if they can find a body from Point Park to take out of this game.
I could tell Point Park's trying to figure out a little something here to get back in the groove because, yeah, like you said, they're playing way more passively, and everyone's kind of shifted more towards A in this round.
Now here comes the setups now. Now Smalls finds it onto Clark. He made the right peek. Just Smalls saw him just in time. 4v3. Point Park down the man. Now Void's going to try and see if he can get this plant down. The harbor walls are just everywhere right now. Phoenix sends out it's going to be Yoshi sends out his flash. Can't find anything there. Creep gets traded out with Sunny. Now, Oh, from behind. Habibi's able to find one. Can he find any others? No, Smalls is able to find him, though. 3v2. 3v2 as the shots coming from Yoshi. Yoshi, Curse gets taken down. Yoshi all by himself. Trying to find it on the Smalls. He does. Down to a 1v1. Tries to see if he can get him to bait. Getting those corner little shoulder peeks. He's trying to find something. The molly comes out. Can he get him to back off? He will. He's going to try and peek at a wide peek. The shot from Kenny! Yoshi almost had the kill, and even then he's just... I don't know why he wide peeked that, bro. I don't get it. He's tilted. I don't blame him. I would be, too. I mean, Creep's got the smile on his face, nonetheless. But now, Point Park down 11-4. Need to come up with something here right now. I mean, down 11-4, you obviously need to come up with some picks. Now, Point Park going to try and make the save round here before you go into match point for St. John's. The whole Vandal setup, not a single Phantom in sight for
It looks
Crimson
like
Tempest.
they're expecting they're predicting our movements better than we're predicting theirs, and
I
that's where we're having a little bit of problems there, because
Ooh, the smoke setup here comes.
and a lot
No.
a lot of these walls are giving
Oh
us
boy.
trouble too.
Yeah, Harbor now. It's all down to Creep, all by himself here at B. Now it's just a full push again as Point Park now going to have to try and make this rotate. They're going to have to try and get a full retake here, as now Creep is just all by him lonesome. He's literally just trying to take on the entire army, it feels like, as Void lays down the plan. 4v5. St. John's with the advantage. Shots coming in from Yoshi. He's got the Sheriff on him. Knight finds a kill onto Clark. Hits the shot on the head, so Yoshi now makes it a 4v3. Hits another headshot. Curse with another headshot. Smalls finds it out now. Now it's going to be down all to Yoshi as Curse gets taken out. The wall bangs from Smalls. He's just trying to find anybody at all. He lays down he's going to try and throw down a molly, see if he can find Kenny here. Kenny throws out the molly, trying to find onto this Jet maybe, trying to get the shots onto Kenny. Kenny wins the fight again, 12-4. And now Point Park down to match point. Again, not a bad round again from Point Park. They're just not getting that singular gunfight. Smalls, 22-7. I mean,
Yeah, those are some stats. If I've ever seen some.
I mean, good plays. Good gunplay. Nonetheless, I mean, the jet pick was obviously a massive one here for St. John's.
Yeah.
And it's very much showing right now. Nonetheless, Point Park now down 12-4. Match point now for St. John's on this attacking side. Point Park has not won a single defensive round yet here. And that's what kind of scares me at the moment right now, is they haven't won a defensive round yet. And I understand, like, the pistol rounds were tough, and obviously after that, Eco just goes down the drain after that. But at this point, they just haven't been able to respond in any form of way at this point. They've done a good job at least trying to keep pace, but I mean, when the Eco is down, you're down in the rounds. They're making the full, like, 4 or 5-man commits to both bomb sites. No matter what, even if you have 2 or 3 bodies, if you're not, even if you get away, saying they don't overextend into defender spawn or anything like that, which they have done actively here tonight, it's just something where they're in a massive hole right now.
We definitely need to find
22-7.
some rhythm to get into to just make this game like more favorable for us, because it looks like they've just been having more of a jump on us. Like from what I've seen, it's just. I don't know.
It's been a tough fight. Nonetheless, it's now, again, a 4-man push. But will they be able to find Sunny here? Creep? Creep? What happened, Creep? You saw him? What happened? Nonetheless, Point Park now down a man, and now Yoshi. He does find it on the side. BB just gets wallbanged right through the wall, though. Full B push again. 4v3. Plant goes down.
Spike planted.
Now here comes the ult now from Sky. He does get 2 of it now, as now the ult comes in from Yoshi, trying to get those flashbangs out, seeing if he can find anything. So Cursed gets out flashed. The ult comes in from Smalls, 4v2. Kenny gets the Yoshi ult out of the way, finds Clark, and now here come the shots from Yoshi. He gets taken down by Smalls, 13-4. St. John's takes.
I'm not really sure what happened at the beginning of that round.
I don't know. I feel like Creep saw him. I don't know what happened. Like, did he just, like, lose his mouse? Am I crazy? Probably. Maybe I'm a little crazy, but nonetheless, St. John's takes map 1. Either way. So with that, unfortunately, going through now, Point Park does lose map 1. Map 2 is, if I remember correctly, going to be... it's going to be Lotus. Excuse me. I couldn't remember for the life of me. So Lotus is a map that we have seen against the Mount. But we'll get to that here in a minute. First off, I want to talk on map 1 here. Again, 13-4. Smalls... Whew. I think he ended up with 24 there in the round. He did. Just insanity. It was 24. He went
Yeah.
24 and 7. Just I mean, Jet's pretty good, guys. I don't know. Maybe that's just me, but Jet's pretty freaking good
And I don't know
of
if
a
it's just me
duelist.
either. It's the considerable number of smokes, walls.
I mean, that's Valorant for you. What can we say? I mean,
Just
the
the
Dole Harbor pick was very interesting for me because Harbor has been somebody who's just like causes a lot of mayhem across the map. It feels
it
like when
just
it
felt
comes to
like
his walls.
specifically on in this game, it's just we had a hard time seeing the enemy team, and it just felt like they had a better time seeing us.
Yeah.
It was just had a hard time. I don't know.
Nonetheless, with that, like Point Park falls again 13-4. You could see like there was a little bit of tiltedness in those
Yeah.
eyes right now. Yoshi just like the one play Kenny makes that wide peek on a site in that 1v1 on or towards A site, wins that 1v1 after he tosses out the molly. Just absolutely wide peeks him. Yoshi just throws up the hands. How on earth does he wide peek me on that? How do I win that? How don't I win that fight? It happens. Point Park just not coming through with those 1v1s, which nothing against the players by saying that, just not coming through with those wins, whether it wasn't just winning the gunfight or just an odd, very wide peak from one of St. John's players. Nonetheless, I keep saying that. One of these days, I'm going to stop saying nonetheless. It's going to happen. When?
And
God forbid when,
and
but
St. John's, their use of ults just had a much larger impact.
it felt like it. We only saw 2 Killjoy ults. Like,
Yeah.
that's the big thing for me. We saw 2 Killjoy ults that entire game. We saw one from Cursed, and we saw one from, I believe it was Kenny.
Yeah.
That was it. Those are the only 2 times that we ever saw a Killjoy ult, which is very odd to me because I feel like the lockdown is like a decent like area control because the whole point as well is like with that Sentinel ability is being able to take up ground as much as possible because that's the most valuable thing you can have other than the gunny when it comes to Valorant is just hoping and praying that you can just keep as much ground as possible trying to just kind of choke out whichever side you're fighting against, whether your attackers are just trying to take up as much ground off of sites, that way defenders can't take it back, or if your defenders just trying to make sure attackers can't break through that wall. Nonetheless, I keep saying that. I'm going to stop it one day. It's going to happen. I don't know when, but it will happen.
One of these days.
One of these days. But just not seeing Killjoy ults is like very interesting for me. We obviously, Smalls, he had his 2 ults. What big thing as well is the Phoenix pick from Yoshi. That blew me away. I was not ready for a Yoshi Phoenix play, but
he's been getting some pretty good picks on with
the
Phoenix too.
Phoenix, yeah, and it was just something I didn't expect to see because it's not exactly a normal pick in general. I haven't seen a Phoenix play in a hot freaking minute. Like I don't remember the last time we've seen that, but again, Yoshi was making some smart plays, making those smart little flanks. Felt like a lot of times just getting past those St. John players, able to get some of those lineups onto the players. And I mean, we will even see it right here at one point. Yoshi getting behind these enemy lines, finding Sunny and Kenny, just getting right behind them. The gorgeous plays. And as you can see, the Harbor at the top of A site wasn't anywhere near site. He had no way of defending the backside and like had no idea that Yoshi was going to be coming up right behind him. He was able to go through though, get those 2 kills. Unfortunately, Point Park did lose that round, but it was still good plays from Yoshi. There was no real bad plays here from Point Park. Just again, the gunfights just not really working out. Those full-on press pushes from St. John's. I mean, it was just a rough fight. It felt like half the time.
Yeah, especially with the 1v1s and the peeking behind the corner.
I think the big thing here as well is the only initiator that we had from Point Park was Habibi running the Silva, which is a good play. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like we've seen a lot of creep kind of being this utility man for Point Park this year. We've seen him running the Harbor. We've seen him running the I can't think of the character. I don't know why I want to call her Mai. It's not Mai. I don't know why. You've had me thinking about Overwatch, and now I'm thinking of Sage. That's who it is. I'm thinking of Sage and thinking
that's
that
not
her
even a character in Overwatch.
Is it not?
It's May.
Is what?
May.
Oh my god.
This guy. This guy. I'll tell you.
Okay, it's
I'll
fine.
tell you.
Either way, we've seen him run the Sage a lot. We've seen him run Harbor now, obviously, a lot. We've seen him run a lot of KO. If anybody watches at all, Creep play the game, he loves his KO. We've seen a lot of Breach as well. Breach has been a very strong initiator over the times now. But seeing him kind of play this utility role for Point Park, it makes him very, very, very valuable. but I feel like it also kind of like limits himself in the way that he's not able to play that role he's most experienced in, which is that initiator role. He's also IGLing for the first time in his life, and as an 18-year-old IGLing a mostly 18-year-old, 19-year-old, not even like 20-year-old team. I mean, it's a lot for him to take on, and he's done a
Yeah.
really good job with it. This is, again, nothing against Creep. He's actually been exceptional at that job, and he's done an exceptional job all year long, both IGLing and just play in general. Nobody on this Point Park team has done bad by any means necessary. It's just like, it feels like him not getting that initiator role all the time kind of limits his full-on ability of being able to do that, but at the same time, I remember watching him play Sage on Icebox for the first time, and he looked me dead in the eyes and goes, I'm never playing this character ever again. Next game, he's sitting on yellow crate with Sage, and he's just battle saging the entire time, and I love it. So he's willing to take on those responsibilities and willing to adapt, and he's shown that when he's able to play those rules, he's able to thrive in them very well. Most of these guys kind of stick to their primary rules, excluding like Habibi, who does a little more of that initiator, dash, Sentinel pickup whenever he's running the Cypher or the Chamber, or obviously we saw the Sova pick this time. We've also seen him run a little bit of Skies. I think we saw him run Fade previously. I don't remember if that's entirely true. But with that being said, most of this team does like to stick to their rules. Yoshi Duelist, Controller for Clark. We really see a lot of Sentinel, mostly for Cursed. But with that being said,
And you know who is also giving us some trouble here is the Viper.
yes, the
And-
Viper pit always sucks.
Yeah. That's all. That's just a part of Valorant that's always never not gonna suck. But it's just I've seen her. It's like she lives up to the name Viper. It's like a
Yeah.
snake. And in this case especially, he slipped in, and then he got out.
Yeah.
And he got the kill.
Yeah, and I mean, Viper will always be a character that I feel like we haven't really seen Point Park run that often. The only time I think we've really seen Viper has been on Icebox, and there's nothing wrong with that because like our Icebox setup is really strong, and I do like seeing Clark running a lot of that Omen dash Astra plays. It's been a character he's been using a lot. I've seen him play it a lot with Ado Smooth recently. Seen him doing it a lot whenever they've played around, just like going around playing their games, whatever the heck else. But with that being said as well, just it's interesting to not see a single Viper pick at all, it feels like, as everybody's getting ready here to go into the game. Everybody's getting ready, set up. Again, Lotus is the next map. The last time we saw Lotus was against Mount. And again, we beat the Mount 2-0. That was a game where Point Park, again, kind of just took control, and it was a good job from Point Park to be able to play on this new map where I don't know if I like it or not still. I'm an opinionated human being. As Nate just says, it's a great map. I love it. It's so good. No, Nate, you're wrong. No.
I feel like Point Park definitely has a better shot with this map coming up right here.
No, 100%. Point Park is, I think they've played this map quite a bit now.
They
Whenever
know
I
it's
talk
better.
to
I guess their chemistry is just much more developed on this map, and they've been playing on it more.
Yeah.
And as a team, they know the best places to go,
Yeah.
where to move as a squad, where to not go if on the other team are standing over there. But
I think it's something where we've only seen Lotus played once from Point Park, obviously,
Yeah.
here. At least on stream, as we saw against the Mountain in an official game. But they have scrimmed it a couple of times, and I know Creep and Yoshi have been kind of gaming up together and seeing if they can get a couple runs at it. It's been a map that they have mixed opinions on. Sometimes it's fun, sometimes it's not. I haven't really talked to them too much about Lotus since most of the time most of their scrims have been on Lotus, as we've seen, but it's been a map that I haven't really talked to them since the recent door, like they keep making adjustments to the door sound because it's louder than any gunshot ever heard in Valorant ever, and it gives you away like freaking crazy. But at the same time, it's been a map, again, they've had very mixed opinions on. I think they feel confident enough to play out this map, as you mentioned before, whole chemistry part. I think they definitely have it. I think they can definitely make it work, because we can see right now as well, like, BB and Yoshi just kind of chatting it up, just trying to, like, hey, maybe we can do this, maybe we can do that. Coach is trying to give in his input right now. Clark just listening in is just, again, Point Park gets ready to go here.
and I'm
We
liking
go,
this
get ready to go.
constant positivity from Creep. I'm always seeing him out there smiling. He's always
Always-
boosting
always
the morale.
one. Somebody's got to try and keep the morale up, and the morale's always if it's not between Habibi and it's not between Creep, they'll have at least one other person. If it's not that, it'll probably be Ado Smooth. He's usually in the background. He's not with us tonight, unfortunately. But nonetheless, everybody trying to keep the vibes up. You want to try and keep the vibes up, especially with this team, who has a lot of like really cool-headed people as well. Clark and Kirst, very like calm, very cool people, not really that emotional. Yoshi, obviously, the only time I think I've ever really seen him get that emotional is whenever he gets wide peeked by a Killjoy.
Yeah.
Looking at you, Kenny. But the only times we really see him get that too emotional, I mean, we've seen this man make 4 and 5 pieces and not like not even flinch, not even make a reaction. I mean, Creep kind of brings that hype a lot of the times. So BB trying to brings along those jokes. The chemistry is high, especially from a team that is like mostly first year. The only person returning from this team from last season is Kirst, and the only person who's been at Point Park for more than 1 year now is Kirst.
Yeah.
Everybody else is kind of brand new to this. I mean, obviously we're now, however many months into the season, just in general, between starting back in whatever time last semester. Now here we are. We're in late March, going on the end of the year now. We have about a month and a week until the end of the school year.
That's
oh my,
crazy.
I graduate in a month and a half. Oh my God.
Wow.
I'm old. But
you're getting up there, man.
I'm getting up there. I'm gonna cry whenever I have to do my last Valorant stream. It's going to happen. There will be tears on my face. But with that being said, we're gonna avoid that for now. We're gonna avoid that future at the current moment.
Man.
But this is a team that is majority younger players who are all going to improve. They have all played well together. Coach has done a lot of coaching, obviously. Coach Gull has done a lot to talk with these guys, really trying to get Clark to work himself out a little bit more, because whenever we first came in here, Creep and Yoshi were talking about Clark, I remember the one day. And it was like the first like month or two of classes, September, October.
Yeah.
And they both looked at me and went, "Bro, have you seen Clark play?" And I go, "Not really. I mean, I've only seen him once or twice, but he looks pretty good." And they're like, "Bro, he's cracked. He's a lot better than what his rank says. Like, that man is way better than what his rank says. He's just stuck with some crappy teammates half the time." I'm like, if y'all insist, I'll believe you. But it's a team, again, where they've played fairly well, as we're still kind of stalling out a little bit here. I'm not sure what's going on just yet, and just a little bit of a issues right now. St. John's not 100% into the lobby just yet. They're still
I'm still trying to
issues,
process you calling that one character Mai.
You know what?
I'm still processing that.
Who's Mai? Somebody's named Mai from some game that I play, and I don't freaking remember who.
It's not Overwatch.
Is it not Overwatch?
No,
It's not. It's not Rainbow. I'll tell you that much for free. It's not this game, obviously. What game am I thinking of? Chat, somebody tell me. Somebody tell me who it is. I don't know who it is, but I'm thinking of somebody. For all I freaking know, it's some
Help us
character
out,
from a movie. Yeah, please. Comment below. Who is Mai? I don't remember. Please help me. My brain is slowly melting as now we go into Lotus. We go.
One of these days we'll find out who Mai is, but
one of these days.
in the meantime,
today is not that day.
we'll
We're
finish
not
out
going
this
into
game.
Lotus. Never mind. Okay. So we've been baited. We got baited.
We got baited.
We got baited. I don't know who baited us, but somebody
It's probably
baited.
Nate. Nate baited us.
Nate baited us. It was Nate's fault. It was all Nate's fault.
He's over there going.
He hates us. He doesn't want to deal with us anymore. He wants to go home. He doesn't want to deal with our BS anymore. But so we get baited.
Wait,
a little
hold
bit.
on. Have I told you, everyone out there, that we are actually sponsored by Red Bull?
Crack a Red Bull, boys. Do it.
Have
Nonetheless,
I told you?
We are now.
I don't think
sponsored
I've
by Red
told
Bull.
anyone.
We haven't said anything just yet. But
Actually,
yeah, we're
I've said
sponsored by
this
Red
many
Bull.
times, but I'm gonna say it again.
No words, simply motions. And by the way, Red Bull sugar-free for whenever you don't want to break out at times, because sugar really likes to make me break out. Nothing against Red Bull. Red Bull's great.
Yeah.
But sugar-free Red Bull really helps your skin.
Sometimes I go for that one, but most of the times I'll go for the non-sugar,
Non-sugar.
but the sugar one to give a little kick going.
You're not
to
wrong.
start my day.
You're not wrong. I mean, hey, I'm probably going to steal 6 or 7 from the fridge later tonight, but that's okay. Don't tell
But
Coach.
thank you, Red Bull, and you guys should check out some Red Bull.
Absolutely. And while you're at it, also check out our socials and check out Red Bull socials, because we have a lot of cool stuff. We have a lot of cool stuff coming too. I promise. We're gonna get stuff put out here really soon. We're not just gonna have graphics out there. We're gonna have actual
We have
real
a
deal
lot
content.
of good stuff planned.
We got a lot of comments. We got a lot of stuff coming. It's gonna happen eventually here. It's gonna happen. We
Oh,
promise.
it is.
It's gonna happen. We just need stuff.
Our social media has definitely over the past few weeks kicked up, and
Yeah. And we
hopefully
appreciate
you're
all the
fol-
support.
yeah, hopefully
we
you're
if
following
you
along with
haven't
that.
already, follow along. If nonetheless, is now Lotus. It's happening.
Without further ado, we
It's
jump
happening.
right into Lotus. Oh, look at that beautiful map. Oh my
It's
goodness.
it's a look. Lotus has been a map that again I've heard a lot of controversial opinions on. I don't personally enjoy it as much because I just find it to be janky. But at the same time, hey, if other people really enjoy it, ooh, Gecko,
It
ooh,
looks like
Gecko,
someplace where I would take a spa trip at.
you're not wrong. Yeah, I would agree. No Gecko. Oh, Gecko, maybe Gecko. No Gecko? I don't know. Either way, Sunny running up with the Killjoy here. We see Void maybe going with the Breach pick, as now we do see Knight maybe looking at the Fade. We do have, I believe, that Smalls is going to be looking towards... Not sure there. I think Smalls was maybe looking towards the Raze pick. I can't see in that bottom left corner, unfortunately, but it's okay. Yoshi does pick up the Raze. Cursed looking at going the Killjoy. He'll pick it up. Astra gets locked in for Clark. Creep does pick up the Breach. Maybe Habibi looking at possibly going with Chamber. Smalls does pick up the Raze. Kenny will pick up the Astra. So we do see an Astra v Astra. We do see the Fade come in now. We'll see if we can get this double initiator as Void still needs to lock in his pick. Habibi also need to see. Maybe will he run the Chamber again? I think he really wants to. I think he's trying to convince Coach right now. Hey, let me do it. 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 I wanna. Give me.
Let me have it.
Yeah, there you go. There it is. The Chamber pick.
Oh, we love to see it.
We love ourselves some Chamber boy. Nonetheless, Chamber does get the pick in. He hasn't really been a character we've seen much of. His Void does pick up the Breach. Chamber, after that recent nerfing into the ground, just to put it lightly, he pretty much just got a rework, but he got nerfed into the ground. Not many people really want to pick the Chamber anymore.
Yeah, I don't
so
want to go into the ground. I don't want to fall off the map here. We want
Yeah.
to stay on the map.
But with Chamber's recent just nerfing into the ground, it hasn't been really a pick that many have taken, and now Habibi just trying to see what he can do with this.
I feel like these characters are staying above ground instead of going into the ground. Because I know, no, hear me out. These characters are just, I feel balanced.
You're not wrong. I mean, this is about as balanced, I think, as Valorant has been in a hot second. Though Gecko's probably going to break that balance here in a bit whenever he gets a little more usage. Personal opinion, of course.
And that's the thing about this. It's the person with their character like that.
Obviously, yeah.
That takes skill.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not like what type of weapons you have. I mean, it is, but like,
I mean, yeah, Econ plays a part in it. But the gunny on the hand, sometimes that's all you need. As Point Park here going to be on attacker's side once again here on Lotus. Now they're just going to kind of default here. That's the other thing with this Lotus map as well, is it feels a lot smaller.
and relaxing too.
Yeah, it feels a lot smaller than any map I've seen yet out of Valorant. As the shots come in from Knight, Creep just misses the head, but Knight's able to find it onto him. Stuns come in on Yoshi. Yoshi just getting absolutely lit up with util right now. He's going to have to back off a couple steps. Point Park now trying to make this rotate over to this BC side. Is now Habibi looking over towards C, seeing if he can find Kenny.
Still down one. It's the first round. We're trying to figure out what we're doing on this map still.
Cursed.
Just figuring everything out.
Trying to find something. Sunny gets the kill onto Habibi. He hits it into the... I believe that was the molly there. Finds the headshot onto Habibi. Now 3v5. Point Park down. 2 men. Now they're going to see if they can maybe make this push onto C site. The smoke from Astra. Here comes Point Park. Sunny kind of chilling out behind the box. He does get the ping on. He knows they're at least nearby. Shots coming from Sunny. Sunny tries to get off. Yoshi gets the kill. Clark and Curse do fall though. 4v1. Smalls finds the last. And just like that, Point Park falls in round 1. We haven't seen St. John's really on this Lotus map at all. They didn't play it that I last checked against Clemson or during any of their previous matches. So this is something new maybe for them as well. But they do come out strong to start 1-0. Point Park down.
But yeah, that was a pretty fast round, but now we're starting to get into it. That was a tough round because the pistol round, just figuring out the other team's play style on this map, because you know how we've played on other maps. The play style can be a little bit different, you know, and it's just we have to figure out how what parts of the map they're taking over, like dominating, and we have to figure out how to counter that.
Oh boy, Void and Kenny find Habibi and Cursed. A full push mid from Point Park, but St. John's able to read it, able to respond. You do see the flank here from Knight. Trying to find it is Creep. Creep gets taken down by the Bulldog. Shots come in from Clark. He doesn't find it either. Knight finds 2. Void finds the last. Flawless round. St. John's 2-0.
They're just going into this really aggressive right down mid too. It's just one after the other.
Point Park again, just like not able to really find that one. It feels like they just had made that full mid push. The Astra there was able to read that. I believe that is Kenny. I believe that's Kenny. That's Kenny. I believe that's Kenny. It is Kenny. Kenny was able to at least read it. He says, hey, guys, everybody's mid. Make this push with me. See if you can find some shots. They do. They find the headshots. Obviously, they were able to get Knight to make a flank around the back. The Bulldog headshots, I mean, they just don't miss. I mean, Creep can go ahead and validate that as well. He loves that Bulldog, and he wasn't able to use it there. Now shots come in. Habibi trying to back off. He does. Trying to see if he can find the headshot onto the Killjoys. Now here comes the nade from Smalls. Shots coming from Yoshi. Yoshi finds one. Trying to find it on the Smalls. Creep gets the trade, though. Now 3v5. Void finds the kill onto Creep. Now 3v3. Point Park stuck now here towards this mid site. Now it's all down to Habibi, Cursed, and Clark, all trying to see if they can find it onto B. Kenny lays down the smokes, gets lit up a little bit. Because now Point Park has a little more room onto B. Habibi gonna see if he can lay down the plant. They know Void is probably gonna come haul. He does back off site though.
And this might be a little trouble because they're surrounding us.
Yeah. And now here comes Void trying to see if he can find anybody on near site. Chamber backs off. The shots coming from Curse. He does find one. Shots coming from Sunny. He knows where Habibi's at. Curse does find two. 2v1, Point Park the advantage. Lays down the alarm bot, seeing if he can maybe try and see if he can bait out the Astra. Kenny tries to peek out. Clark gets them now. 2v1 or 2-1. Point Park takes the round, and a big one at that.
It was looking pretty squirrely there for a second when they were all
absolutely.
surrounding the whole B site, and it looked like they had more angles on us. But
Curse just makes the right flank.
Yeah,
honestly, Curse just makes the right turnout, gets the right picks under the right players and at the right time. And I mean that's just Valorant, obviously.
you took the
Valorant
words
timing,
right out of my mouth, and jumping right into the next round. It is 2-1. St. John is up. Point Park is down 1. As I always,
Squirrely.
as I always say, it is
Never chalk.
comebackable.
It's comebackable.
Put that on a t-shirt. I've already said that, but let's keep going.
Fade sends out the dogs, trying to see if they can find anybody here towards this mid zone. Is now Cursed. Clark looking on that B side. Habibi over towards C, trying to see if he could find that Killjoy on the silly site. 3 bodies over at St. John's, 3 bodies over towards the A side. It's going to be down to Yoshi and Creep
They
on
said
this
no
A
to that
site.
drone.
Oh, the shots. Sunny's able to find the headshot on Habibi. He tries to get the deagle shot off. He can't find it. Oh, the chamber revolver just misses his head by an inch. Now Clark's going to try and lay down the smokes over towards this B side. A full P push. It's going to have to be a 4v2 here on this site. Stun comes through from St. John's as Knight's able to find one to Clark. Void finds another. Knight finds the last, and now it's a 4 or 5v1, all down to Creep. With the Bulldog in hand. I do like the Oni Bulldog. Personal opinion, but nonetheless now tries to find out. Void gets the flawless.
That was a pretty
3-1.
that was a pretty impressive angle to shoot Creep through.
Yeah.
It was so
I
it was so
mean,
slim.
I mean, I don't know how he hits those
It's
shots.
like he had him
but
already lined up.
I think they knew that he was going to be on that back site and just, hey, we're going to line you up really quickly. But now 3-1, Point Park a little bit down in the eco here as well. They're going to try and save here once again. Down to their pistols. Not really much on the shields.
But sometimes that's all you need is pistols to take him out.
3-1 now, St. John's.
Nothing wrong with a pistol.
3 on this C side, 1 up towards B, 1 on A. It's Point Park looking maybe towards this C side. Here comes Yoshi. He's going to try and get real aggressive like. He knows there's at least one towards C. Tries to get away from the grenade. Will just indeed. Creep does get hit for about half his health here, as now Smalls makes the aggressive push up on the Creep. He does find it. Here's Habibi. Does find the headshot onto Knight. Seeing if he can find the Raze. The Raze tries to make the peek. He just missed. He just missed, and
was
Void
so
finds it
close.
onto Habibi. Now here comes the aggressive push here from St. John's. To Clark and Kenny take the shots, and now Kenny finds 2. Sunny finds the last, and just like that, 4-1. St. John's takes the lead. Just a plethora
We
of
just
kills
needed
there.
that one. Did you see that? He was so
He was
close.
so close.
This
The
close to his head.
stun comes through and just takes it
my
away.
goodness, that was the push we needed too, and it just he was a centimeter off from his head.
Precision gunplay. Welcome to Valorant. It's a great game. Totally doesn't drive you insane or anything like that. I have no idea what you're talking about. I have totally not lost brain cells and gained gray hairs from this beautiful game. I love it. It's great.
Yeah, what he said.
I'm going a little insane. It's okay.
just a little bit.
4-1, St. John's. Who are you?
Who told you that, Mike?
Shut up. Shut
Wait,
for
we're
Yoshi.
jumping-
Yoshi fights Sunny. 4v5. Point Park takes the advantage already. Now here comes this C push. You're going to have to see that Astra from St. John's. Kenny trying to get on the C side. He backs off immediately. He sees all the bodies and says, absolutely not. Cursed gets taken out by Void. 4v4. The ult comes through from Yoshi. He can't find anybody, though. C site is for free right now.
We're lost in the
Clark
smoke here.
gonna get the plant down. Can he get it down in time? He will. Yoshi finds one on a Kenny. 4v3. The shots come through from the Astra smoke. Knight trying to see if he can find a free pick. Can't find anybody there. Yoshi trying to find some kills. He gets taken down by Small. Here comes the ult. The Fade ult trying to see if he can find anybody. Creep does find it onto Knight, though. 3v2. Jump shots coming in. What am I looking at? Clark makes the shot. Kobe? Excuse me? 3v1. All down to Smalls. Smalls on his lonesome. He does find Habibi, but Creep takes him down. 4-2. Point Park takes the round.
Now that is what I'm talking about right there.
That was a big round. I just saw Clark just jumping up and down, and he just took some hip shots.
There we go in there.
Clark just making hip shots from the jump. I don't know what.
I saw that.
I don't
saw
know
that
what
too,
he was doing.
yeah.
That man said, "Hey, I can make the jump shots. Watch this. It's CS:GO. Just give me the up. Just give me the up, CS:GO style. Come on, I got this." But he was taking shots with the AR. He does find the kill.
Certainly did have it.
I mean, nonetheless, Point Park now down still 4-2, but they do find the round, a much-needed one at that, trying to keep that eco down for St. John's. Another looking to be C push here from Point Park. At least 3 going that way. Yoshi getting real aggressive again, trying to make up as much ground as possible.
It's like they were lost in the smoke that round, you know? We gave it to them.
Lost in the sauce? Lost in the sauce, possibly? No? All right, I'll shut up. Now here comes Creep towards that mid side. You do have Cursed looking over towards A. Bomb is still back and attackers spawn.
Oh, we're all over the place this time. We
Absolutely.
got some over at C, mid, and going over at A.
Creep picks up the ult orb towards mid. He does know at least Kenny is here. Does he know? I don't think he has no idea that Smalls is going to be over towards that side as well. They do have number 4 you can see on the mini-map looking over towards this B side. You have 3 essentially on this B. Curse is all by him lonesome over towards A. You do have the 3 from Point Park on C side as they kind of default
just have
this.
like a Wild West standoff going over there. Did you see that down
what
the
it
tunnel?
is. Yeah,
the movement back and forth.
Knight gets the pick onto Curse. Just the timing was just absolutely insane. I'm 99% sure he just run and gunned him at the same time here. But now, trying to find the shots. Here come the shots in from Creep. Can't find it there through mid. He's going to get lit up. He has no health to his name. The chamber ult is in, though, from Habibi. He's got to make this count. 5v4. 30 seconds remaining. Point Park trying to get this bomb onto C side. Creep's going to try and pick it up. Here comes the blast pack. Now it's just the raise on raise here towards that C side. Bomb goes down. Habibi does find it on the Sunny. Yoshi does find Smalls. 4v3. Defender Killjoy is going to be trying to come in. They do get bombed down, though. Point Park does have a small advantage. Creep going to see if he can try and throw out the stun. Kenny finds Yoshi. Nobody gets caught in the stun here, as now it's going to be all down to the breaches. Void finds it onto Creep. Habibi trying to keep himself alive here. 2v3. Void finds it onto Clark. It's going to be all down to the man himself. Habibi with the chamber tries to hit the shot. Can't get it there. Void finds it on Habibi. Now 5-2.
He tried his best with the ult at the end there, but it's just like the too long of a reload, and for 3 people too rushing him, that's tough.
And now we're gonna get a timeout here called from Point Park, as that was a tough fight. I mean, the Killjoy ult. I don't think they were really expecting the Killjoy ult to come through in that last round. Or if they did, it just kind of gave them sight for free, though. Even with the Yoshi shots coming in against Smalls, you had that man advantage for a second there. At least I think it was a man advantage, or at least it was a 3v3. Just in that moment in time, you have the even numbers. You have bombed down. Even though you gave up sight, you have this advantage slightly. Creep just not able to find the other breach in that time. He just kind of wall bangs him through the sides, not able to get the kill onto him from there. Clark gets taken down as well. It leaves him Habibi all down to his lonesome in a 3v1, and at that point, I mean, you're kind of washed. I mean, he tried his hardest. I mean, the chamber always good, obviously.
Even with that ult, it was kind of tough with the situation they were dealt with.
It was one that it was going to be a little more difficult for him, but you know, again, still only 5-2. Point Park still on this attacking side as well. Lotus has been kind of a little bit of a split, it feels like. Some would say that's an attacker-sided map. I think Creep would agree that's kind of more of an attacker-sided map. But at the same time, things happen.
Yeah.
Things do indeed happen. Things do be happening.
And
like Void being 11-2. How on earth did he manage that? Only God knows how. But he found a way. Good for him.
It's a little off topic, but it's a little pleasing to the eye, this map.
You love this map, bro.
I do.
I don't get it. Don't get me wrong. Yes, I'd love to go on vacation here. However, to play Valorant, no.
And I've never seen that knife before. That sword.
Yeah, the samurai sword.
That is
Part of the new Oni 2 set.
That is pretty cool.
It's gorgeous. Got the Vandal from that. It's so gorgeous. I spent $18. I don't like my ball, or my wallet doesn't like me. But Yoshi finds Knight. Smalls finds 2 on to creep into the BB. Now here he's trying to get off the ult. He does onto Smalls. Smalls has got 4 in the round already, trying to find the ace. It's gonna be all down to Yoshi. 1v4. Smalls 4-piece in all of Point Park. Now Yoshi just kind of back towards defender spawn here. He's all by him lonesome. Bomb is down on towards that A side. He's trying to see if he can find Sunny. Here comes Void trying to make that peek. He does find one. Seeing if he can find the other one here. Smalls gets the ace on the wall bang through the wall. Just like that. Point Park again takes down the loss. Point Park again, that's just tough. I mean, Smalls was just kind of B-hopping, ulting, everything, hooking, hawking, just every single shot going through.
Using every trick in the book.
Literally. Every single raise piece he had, he was just yeeting it at Point Park.
Pressing every single key on his keyboard.
He just head smash keyboard, hit trigger, go boom. The normal race player.
But it did indeed work. We have to find some groove to get in here. I'm getting pretty hyped up from this. You know what I mean?
Oh, Smalls trying to find the shots onto Curse there. He's gonna lay down the bot. Mid lane here, still nobody can. They didn't see Yoshi there. Creep does find one on the Knight. He's all by him lonesome for a moment here. Yoshi tries to find next. Sunny does find 2. Yoshi gets the trade though onto Void. So now it's a 3v3. Point Park has A site for free right now, but Smalls trying to make the rotation. Now again, 3v3. Point Park has A site almost for free here. Curse has got to make his way through door, try and get over towards A site. Smalls trying to be the only one on this rotation. Curse is going to try and get plant down. Smalls is able to make the peek onto Yoshi, and they wallbangs Curse. Oh my goodness, 3v1, all down to creep. I mean, he had to have known that Plum was going down there. Like, I don't know how he hits those wallbangs.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive.
Trying to find Small. Trying to find Kenny. He does find it onto Kenny. The shun comes through. Can he find it?
This is still doable. This is
still
definitely,
doable.
dude.
If anybody can do it, it's Creep.
Oh, for
2v1.
sure.
Gonna try and see an open door here. Unfortunately, now he's in a bit of a pickle because now he knows.
He's trying to bait him in right now.
He is trying to bait it. I think he was trying to get a little bit. He's
he sees
taken
him.
out by Sunny though. Just like that, 7-2. Now St. John's has the advantage, and I mean you can see it right now. They're just trying to keep themselves up. I mean, St. John's, this is apparently a map they've been playing a lot of that we have just not seen a squat from because, oh my goodness, the shots and the plays they have made. Smalls finds the wall bang after hitting on Yoshi. I mean, I know that, like, some site locations are pretty obvious for some, like, where they're going to plant, but, I mean, he just instantly hit those shots after Yoshi died. Like, he insta knew where Bomb was going to plant. As now Point Park still trying to get this attacking side. Now here comes this little default here, but you do see the Astra trying to make a push up towards middle of map there. Habibi does find it on the Smalls, though. He's able to pick him off towards C side, but here comes the Killjoy trying to get into attacker spawn. Here comes the attacker Killjoy, though. Point Park may have the advantage here if they can get B for free. As you can see, here comes the Killjoy. Kenny does find Yoshi. Cursed gets the trade, though. And they know there's at least one backside. Habibi does read it. He reads it perfectly. 4v2. Clark trying to get the plant down. 16 health for Cursed. And now it's going to have to be a 2v3 now as Knight takes out Creep. It's going to have to be a 2v3 retake. Cursed just trying to keep the fade away. Knight's able to find Cursed. Clark's able to find the other. Habibi with the shots gets it down 7-3. And
Great
Habibi,
round by Point Park there.
great read from Habibi to know, hey, somebody's on our butt. We got to look back towards spawn. Finds the Killjoy on the flank, able to get the kill. He finds the first in the round, finds the last in the round, finds the middleman in the round. A little 1-3-5, you know?
Yeah, he did. He found him from behind, and he just went after him. He took that opportunity, and he got him. Now it's
Now, 7-3. Point Park still obviously down here. Point Park, hear me out, guys, right? Right. Lose the next two. Win the game. 9-3 Curse.
Smalls
Come on.
and
Come on.
Void are,
Come on.
looking
It is.
a lot of trouble for
Top
Point Park.
fragging here right now for them. I mean, the breach top frag is not on my bingo card, but you know what? Good for him. I mean, the Smalls, the Rays top frag is hopeful for any team that has a Rays on your squad. If you do not have your Rays at least top 3, I apologize to you for having to deal with terrible, terrible times. So now we have the 4-man push here from Point Park. Here comes the ult now from Point Park. Shots coming in from Sunny. Cursed, or not Cursed, Creep are trying to find one. Yoshi does find it, though, with the ult. Yoshi finding the kill. Void does get Cursed over towards mid-map. Now it's going to be a 4-man push on the C site. Knight and Yoshi do find trades. Now it's a 3v3. Another ult here from Fade. Clark's going to try and get the plant down. Knight finds 2, though. Knight finds 3. Gets the kills. Goes for the 4-piece, and just like that, 8-3. St. John's takes another round from Point Park.
It's just so much happened on C point. You couldn't even tell what was going on there.
I mean, it was
Alt after alt. Chaos.
the Fade ult just kind of, I think, caused everybody. They kind of, obviously it gives it away. They knew Clark was probably planting on Psych. It gets on Cursed, and all leaves himself down. I believe that was Habibi who was the last man up. Gets himself just kind of left in a 1v3, and at that point, I mean, it's tough sledding. But now, I mean, the other thing here as well is we're not seeing... Void has 13 assists. Like, he has more assists than kills, and he's top fragging.
Yeah, but Void is playing a good game today.
Oh, absolutely. This is his map right now. And I mean, Point Park, again, now down 8-3. Trying to see if they can find anybody here. Habibi does find one onto Sunny with the Deagle. Now, again, 4v3. The Haunt comes down, so they do have the location given away here. They have the 3-man over towards A.
We can keep this little advantage going here because we are up 1 right now.
Knight does find it on the Curse.
They match it.
You jinxed it.
I did.
It's your Brett. It's all your fault, Brett. No. As now here comes Point Park. They're going to try and make this 3-man push over towards C side. You do see the Astra here on C. Knight trying to get a little aggressive. Does find Smalls. Does find Yoshi. Kenny's able to find it on the creep. Bomb is down. Trying to find the shots onto the Astra. The Chamber ult is in. Trying to find Kenny. Can't there. Does find the 1v3. It's all down to Habibi. Pulls out the ult. Seeing if he can find anybody even just to take a pot shot at. 50 seconds left. Now Smalls has him in his line of sight. Stun comes through. The bullets are just flying. He's trying to keep himself alive here, even for a second, just trying to run away. Knight finds him again. 9-3.
Wow, just so much going on.
Okay,
It's
so I
just,
think.
it's hard to keep. I guess it's for our team. It's hard to keep up with.
Okay, so
but-
hear me out, Brett.
I'm hearing you out.
I need you to take over for the rest of the broadcast because
Okay.
I'm apparently the bad luck, and I need to leave because every time that I am here, we have a tendency to just not win, and I think we need to bring back Mason and Ricky, and I think we just need to have them go ahead and commentate the rest of the year.
Are you saying that we're bad luck?
I'm saying I'm bad luck. You, my friend, you're fine. Me, every time I've been here, we have a tendency to lose, so I need to go. I'll see y'all later.
All right, so he left. I'm by myself. It is currently 9-3. Brett has taken over.
Ricky's. Hey, wait a minute. What do you mean Ricky is here? This man said he wasn't going to be here. Oh, my goodness. All right. Well, Ricky Bobby, we don't
joined.
catch hands.
Has entered the building.
Nonetheless, the shot's coming in from BB just misses him over the hillside.
And he does
Again,
that little snap away.
Gets the snap away. Is now Point Park on defender's side. Is now Knight finds one on the creep over towards that A side. Yoshi kind of on his own now on A. He's got to try and take care of the Fade. And now here comes Clark trying to give him a little bit of assistance over toward that A side. Goes through the smoke. Clark's able to find one. Habibi's able to find another. Yoshi all headshot straight away. 4v2. Now, Curse was able to find one on his B side. He didn't give himself away. Sunny trying to get the bomb down. Smalls does as well. Now shots coming from Smalls. And it goes from a 4v2 to a 2v1.
Just shifted.
And now here comes the C-site plant from St. John's. And I mean, Curse made the right play there at first, just trying to be patient, trying not to give himself away, trying to make the big brain play, and unfortunately, just nobody's able to win a gunfight.
Yeah, I could tell he tried to set something up there, but it didn't work out in the end.
Smalls was just able to get the shots onto him first, and now Yoshi, he's got sight for free here. I know he has it for free right now. And now here comes St. John's trying to rotate back around. They were going through defender spawn.
For it. Oh, but they hear him. They're coming.
They hear the defuse. Yoshi just trying to sit it right now, trying to see if he can lay down the shots. They'd make the double peek. Sunny finds it. Just like that. 10-3. St. John's holds the advantage.
I'd be lying to you if I say this isn't looking a bit risky here. This is looking a bit dicey.
Yeah, that's okay. And nonetheless, again, just a tough rounds. Again, Point Park, it's okay, though. Do lose pistol round number 1, 10-3. St. John's with the advantage. Already up 1-0 here after the win on Pearl. Yeah, that's a good, fair point, Joshi. I feel that. 15-6 now from Smalls. And he's back to top fragging. I mean, the raised picks, always going to be anarchy. Now, stuns come in here is now, again, just a 5-man over here on A site. But Yoshi playing up a little closer here now. It's now Yoshi trying to find one. He gets taken out. Shots from Creep. Did he doink him? I swear to God he did.
Pretty sure he did.
Kenny gets the kill. 5v3. I hate this. I hate how this game just always gives away doinks.
More
just whenever
smokes
you
blocking
need it
up,
away
blocking
from
up
you.
vision. They can. I'm pretty sure they see us. Yep, and
Yeah.
there goes Cursed, taken out. And oh,
Clark does find the
another
one though. 2v4. Bomb does get planted on A site. Picks up the sheriff off the dead body. I believe that was of. I'm not sure who that was exactly. Of Habibi does find one again now. 3v2. Point Park does have to retake A site though now. And right now, Chamber, the Habibi, just now trying to make his way through attacking spawn. All the bodies of St. John are on site. Smalls finds one, finds two, just like that. 11-3. Again, Smalls just laying down the shots. I mean, Vandal is crazy whenever you have to use it against the Sheriff.
Yeah,
the one
exactly.
taps are always there, obviously, but I mean, Eco, all in favor of St. John's right now.
It's just yeah, like if you're gonna have that Vandal, it's just better. It's better to have that against against the other,
Anything
like
at
the
this
pistol.
point.
Yeah.
There are very few guns I feel like in this game that are outmatched by the Vandal. I know the whole Vandal Phantom debate, but I'm gonna be honest with you, y'all. I was Team Phantom. Now we Team Vandal. It'd just be like
For a
that.
while
Maybe
there, I was with Phantom too. but I'm not leaning towards the.
the Vandal.
Yeah.
The Vandal's kind of nasty though. I mean, the problem with the Phantom is that it does doink at times, and like its spray just feels different. The Vandal just feels more consistent. I also got the Oni skin now on the Vandal. I do have a skin for my Phantom, but like that Oni skin Vandal is just. It's so nice. It's so pretty. I do not have enough to buy sword, but I have enough to buy Vandal. Vandal's good. But nonetheless, and I mean, you mentioned it before with the Samurai Sword from the Oni 2 set. I'm just gonna like, gorgeous set.
It is.
It's a gorgeous set. I wish they had given us an Oni Classic instead of an Oni Frenzy. I understand why they gave us the Frenzy more. I was hoping, I was dreaming. We didn't get that. I need a Classic still. A Classic skin's the only thing I need at this freaking point, and I don't have it somehow because all the Classic skins that I get in my store stink, but it's all right. Nonetheless, 11-3, Point Park, still holding this defender side.
You know who else has samurai gear?
Who?
Mai.
I hate you. I hate you.
She might.
Somebody's gonna hold this over my head and make a meme of this later in the group chat. 11-3 now. The score. Point Park trying to hold on to this C site, and now St. John's making another full 5-man push right on through. Habibi able to get away. Now here comes the St. John's. They're gonna try and see if they can take this site. They're gonna get it for free here as Point Park backs off. All 4 bodies now stacked up onto this C side. The only one that's not right now is the Killjoy. Kenny trying to chill back, trying to make sure nobody makes it through mid. Point Park's going to have to do the 5v5 retake here. Now, it looks like it's just a push back here from St. John's trying to get away.
Everyone's going up to C. It's
It's going to be chaos here in about
chaos.
3 seconds.
Madness.
The
Intensity.
fade on the wall, though. Will anybody find him?
He was
Yoshi
waiting
can't
for him.
find it. Clark does get the trade, though. 4v4. Clark sits on bomb for a second, trying to see if he can maybe bait it out. Sunny does find one on the Clark. Habibi finds one. Habibi gets taken out by Void, though. Now 3v2. Trying to see if he can maybe get a setup on the bomb. Kirsten Creep do find 2, though. Now 2v1. Void on his own. Creep 1v1. Has no real time, though. Now he doesn't. Does he have time? Does he have time? He gets the Oni shot. Does he have it? I don't know if he's got it. No, he doesn't. He runs off. And that's going to be the bombed up.
Wow.
12-3 St. John's. I mean, just great plays by the Breach, just taking the time to make sure Creep didn't have time to hold.
And we are looking at match point right now.
And we are. And Point Park doesn't have the ego. I mean, they are just down ego. They are full buying here, hoping and praying to have some sort of victory on this.
We got to really step it up if we're going to catch up.
And I mean, at this point as well, though, the St. John's doesn't really have much for eco either. I mean, we do see 2 Bulldogs.
Yeah.
They do have they do have the better eco here in this moment, though. They don't have much, but they have enough. And that's the problem. Now, Habibi gets sight of at least one. He knows there's at least a handful over towards C. They're going to make the C push once again. Curse, trying to see if he can find anybody toward this mid site. Smalls just, oh my goodness, the wall bangs from Habibi, onto Habibi. Shots come through. Kenny finds onto Cursed. And the attacker Killjoy coming through as well. They're going to get C-Site for free once again here for St. John's. Creep does find it on the Sunny. Sunny trying to make the flank. Can't get away. Clark does find it on the Smalls. Yoshi gets taken down by Knight, though. Now 3v2. Point Park down a man. Bomb on C. Can anybody find it? Creep gets taken out by Kenny, though. Kenny makes the right read. Void finds the right read onto Clark. 13-3. Point Park falls 2-0. I mean, that's a tough bounce. It's a tough bounce. That's all it is. I mean,
And that
St.
looks like
John's
it's
St.
gonna be
John's
game.
played a very good game here tonight.
Yeah.
Definitely looked more prepared on this Pearl and this Lotus map than I feel like what Point Park did a little bit. But nonetheless, Point Park now down 2-0, fall in this game. Just tough bounce.
Yeah.
This was a game that I feel like a lot of people on this team really felt like they needed to come up with a win here. Obviously, St. John's now holds the top of the board, 3-0 in the group stage right now. Point Park now does down fall to 2-1. We will be playing Albany, currently scheduled for Sunday. We are looking possibly at a reschedule. We're still working on that as we speak, but nonetheless, just a bit of a fight here right now.
Yeah.
That Point Park wasn't able to do. So at this point, I mean, tough bounce. That's the best way I could put it right now, is a tough bounce. St. John's definitely came into this map what felt like much more prepared, making those C pushes, those 5-man stacks on C, just kept finding sight. Nobody on Point Park really able to come away with a gunfight. It felt like Smalls was just kind of the tip of the spear, pushing through onto that C site, just getting those kills, finding the players down, and then by then they were just able to mostly take C for free, as most of Point Park just kind of had to back up. They kind of gave up that ground on C, and just from there, St. John's just kind of took over.
But I do have to say I am satisfied with how everyone played out there, though. I'm not unsatisfied. I'm
That's
like,
fair.
we gave it all we had, and we didn't give up, and we fought to the very end, and we had some great plays in those rounds too, which is really cool.
And St. John's is like, they were a good seed in last I guess you could say season, last
Yeah.
semester. Last semester is the word I'm looking for here. In that fall tourney, they were a higher seeded team as well. Point Park, now again, down to 2-1. Do have to play Albany still here coming up this weekend. We'll have more details on that game here eventually. We'll see if that game is set for Sunday. It's currently set right now. We're still working towards that. But GG St. John's, nonetheless.
Very good game.
Very good game. But I feel like I'm bad luck. I have a feeling I'm gonna get banned by coach. I feel like he's gonna like lock me out of this space.
That means I get a promotion.
Yeah, you do. You get the promotion. I'm gonna get banned by last year, and he's gonna look me in the eyes. He's gonna go, "You're the problem. Leave. Get out."
I'll get
You are the
promoted to directing, and I'm gonna take Nate's spot.
Nate, your job's on the line now. Brett's coming. But
Ah man.
so finals now here, 13-3 here on Lotus. St. John's takes the 2-0. Point Park now falls to 2-1 on this group stage. St. John's now jumps up to 3-0. They will take sole possession of first place. I believe Point Park still does have the advantage in second place right now after defeating both Mount and Clemson White. They will have to still play Albany, who is 0-2 currently. Will be playing their third game, I believe, against Point Park coming up. I don't know if they have a game scheduled before us or not. We will find out. They have their game, and I believe we still have one more opponent, at least one or two more set up in this group stage before the playoffs setup will be coming through. That won't happen until, I believe, next weekend. We don't have the full schedule out just yet, but that is what we have for the moment. So with that being said, again, Point Park just falls down here 2-0. A game where they definitely played two maps they were not favored in, unfortunately. Pearl, a map that we haven't seen since week 1, essentially, of the Valorant season.
Yeah.
Where I believe they played Clemson on that map. It was either
Yeah.
Clemson or they played Fisher, and it was Fisher. So it was Fisher. That was a game again. Fisher, a very tough fight. Someone who is a very good team,
Yeah.
obviously one of the top esports programs here in the U.S. from Boston. Definitely one of the better ones. That was the last time we saw Pearl, and it's a map that, as we can obviously see, I think Point Park's going to try and ban quite often at this point. Lotus, a map that's been newer in the rotation. Point Park's been scrimming it a lot, trying to see if they can get better with it. Tonight, obviously, did not show the way that they wanted it to, but with that being said, again, 2-0 for St. John's. That's just how it is tonight.
Yeah.
Hey, we got to see more Oni skins. I like the
Yeah, we
samurai
did.
sword. I like the samurai sword. I kept telling Creepy Game Time, it's a good look. It's the pay to lose weapon right now apparently, but it's still nice. I like the Oni set. It's a really good set. Too bad it costs $71. 71, y'all.
Wait, 71? I
It
didn't
costs
even check the price on
Yeah,
that.
it's $71 for the whole set. It's 53 if you want the sword.
Oh.
It's 53 smackaroos. You can
Oh.
either buy the $71 set and you get it for free, or you just get the sword and it costs you $53.40.
Oh.
Y'all, I get it. It's gorgeous. I do. However, $53, y'all.
I'd have a better chance winning the lottery 8 times in a row with blindfolded.
Like, don't get me wrong. Most of the weapons in that set are like $17. And like, I like the Bulldog. I like the Bulldog. I like the Vandal. I even like the Frenzy.
buying
The
that
Ares
skin,
is
you know?
very is there. The
Jeez.
Ares is there. But like,
That's crazy.
when you're a college student, who needs to eat? Buy the Oni sword.
Nah, people
Own it.
Nah, people complain about the Overwatch prices.
Okay, but Overwatch prices are a little different because you went from loot boxes to $30
Yeah.
for a Kiriko skin.
Mm-hmm.
We don't like Activision Blizzard here. We don't. I don't like you. I don't like you very much as a Call of Duty player, but that's none of my business.
But
We ain't
Riot?
talking about that. Riot, you guys. Thank you, Riot. Even though you're overpriced when it comes to your shop items, and I'm going to get sued by Valorant for saying this, but you know what? That's okay.
Riot, you're throwing a riot.
Riot, you know what? Actually, no. For my career's sake, Riot, thank you. Because if I ever have the opportunity to cast Valorant one day, I don't want to get fired on the spot or
Nate
not
just gave me
hired
the
for
most
the possible.
disappointing look.
He's definitely disappointed in us right now, but that's okay. It's been one of those days, ladies and gentlemen. It's all right. But again, just to repeat for anybody that wasn't able to listen in at first, 2-0, St. John's does take the win over Point Park. 13-3, they fall on Lotus. They fall on Pearl as well. I believe that was 13-5. I believe that was the score. I'm not sure if that's entirely accurate, but close to those numbers. Nonetheless, now Point Park 2-1 in the group stage. They do have their game set against Albany. As we get ready to wrap up here in a couple of minutes, but Albany now will be our next opponent. Again, it's currently scheduled for Sunday. Not just yet there. We'll find out soon. I believe that is all for us tonight. Again, St. John's wins 2-0. GG St. John's. We appreciate you guys for playing your game, especially for rescheduling here on to Wednesday. This was originally supposed to be a Saturday game. We appreciate you for being able to do that. With that being said, my name is Wedge.
And I am Brett Powers. Thank you for everyone for tuning in. Your sport has been awesome, and we'll be back shortly for another game this weekend.
Should be. We will have more details about a possible reschedule. We will see. There's a chance that it will. We don't know just yet, but have your eyes set for Sunday. We'll see what happens.
All right.
With that being said, thank you everyone for watching, and we do hope that